Zoning case ZA 25-1, located at approximately 2598 Northwest Green Oaks Boulevard. This is an application for a change in zoning from planned development and office commercial to office commercial on approximately 16.5 acres. This time I'll ask staff to present its report.
I think you had the wrong case information there.
Let's see, 5-6. Yeah. Oh, you're right.
I'll go over.
Hold on, 6.
25-1?
ZA 25-1, correct?
Yes.
That's okay. That's the one yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right. Good evening. Alex Van Yamberg, planner, Planning and Development Services, presenting case ZA 25-1. The site is approximately 2.415 acres, addressed at 2598 Northwest Green Oaks Boulevard. Currently zoned residential single family 7.2. The zoning change request is for limited office. The site is located east of Northwest Green Oaks Boulevard and north of I-30. Here are some photos. You see the subject site. The view to the north is a church property. The view to the south is Green Oaks Boulevard and then I-30 overpass. The view to the west is undeveloped land zoned RE, but that is mostly within the floodplain, the land there. The proposal is for an architecture, office, and design studio. This is a proposed site layout. The site will need to be platted before building can begin. Here is the allowed uses in the limited office zoning district. Per our comprehensive plan, land use goals in this area are established residential. Appropriate uses in the area include small-scale offices. Applicant and owner are Gary Nightingale. Staff has received 2 letters of support and 1 letter of opposition, and I am available for any questions.
Do the commissioners have any questions of staff at this time? Hearing none, we will now open the public session. And I'll ask for speakers that are in favor to come forward and speak. And I have Gary Nightingale. Please step forward, sir. The microphone is yours.
Good evening, commissioners. My name is Gary Nightingale. I also brought my wife, Slavi Nightingale. We're both owners of the property. I'm pleased to present our vision of the property we purchased at 2598 Northwest Green Oaks for consideration to rezone from R7.2 to limited office commercial. First, a little bit of background. My parents moved here in the early 1970s. I grew up in Arlington, graduated from Arlington High in 1989. After graduating from Texas A&M, I pursued a career in design, manufacturing, international business, moved to various parts of the city, lived abroad for a while, but decided to relocate back to Arlington in 2013. We reside in Viridian, where we're raising our family. My wife and I are successful entrepreneurs who started a home-based business that grew to eventually selling to private equity during COVID, and we have the vision to start architectural products related company on the land that we purchased from the church next door, Village Creek Church of Christ. Our leadership obligations are ending this year, so we decided to act upon buying this land. We did a little bit of due diligence with the city to understand what we could do on the property. At the same time, the terrain is quite challenging. It's on the hillside with 2 billboard easements on either side. It was zoned, I believe, R7.2 back in the 50s, even before I-30 was put in. And it was originally, we bought it as Wilma Lane, 1723 Wilma Lane. So Green Oaks, I don't think was even there at the time. So I've been working with the city to understand the limitations. There is a sewer easement that goes down the middle of the property, which really limits what we can do with it, but we're willing to relocate that sewer easement to go around the proposed building done some basic grading and put in a gravel drive to understand the kind of layout of the land. And took some recent drone pictures here showing that layout. So we're somewhat in the early conceptual stages of what we'd like to do, but we do think limited office is the right proposal and the right rezoning for what we're wanting to do. Our official description on the application was a commercial use of property to launch a business around architectural design, modern art, using large-scale format 3D printing. So this is the new technology that's out using robotic printing. The building facilities will provide offices for design and support staff, R&D prototyping area, and upscale studio showroom. The space will be used to create building elements and demonstrate new technology in the building industry while attracting architects, designers, artists, and clientele from around the Metroplex. This commercial space will be the first of its kind in the DFW area. Will generate a creative environment to explore cutting-edge techniques and computational fabrication. I'm also working with UT Arlington to kind of develop this way of printing. Included exhibits are the topography, preliminary site plans, some drone pictures, conceptual facade. I believe this development will have a positive impact on the surroundings and the city of Arlington. So as you can see here, next door is the church, which sold off this part of their land. They're also selling off the land to the north as well. Some conceptual facades and early renderings that we're doing with our architect, and this is an example of a robotic printer. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Do the commissioners have any questions or comments of this speaker? Commissioner Blake.
I have a whole list of them, actually. First of all, have you talked to your councilman for that district?
I have not. So
I'm
rather new to this process, so I started by talking to the zoning people. We did a pre-submittal meeting, but not a councilman.
highly recommend you do that before you go before council.
Okay.
That said, one of the things I'm kind of frustrated with is all developers in general, but in this, that you've kind of started some of the work before you've really come before here, and that's always a concern. But I like what this sounds like, so kind of a struggle there. And I'm not going to vote against it just because you started
Okay.
before, but let everybody else know they need to come here first. So is this like going to be a shared workspace for architects or stuff like that? It sounds kind of like a co-working type space. It sounds cool.
Our plan is not to co-work,
Okay.
but to bring architects in to see what we do. So we need a place to showcase it. We also need designers to help design the aspects of the business. So what we have right now is a full-fledged factory that we sold off to equity. We're not planning to do anything like that, but more around the R&D and design part of it.
Thank you.
Any other
And,
questions?
by the way, I did go to the city first asking how do
Yeah.
I go through this process, and there was not a clear kind of checklist on what I should
The other question I did have, whenever you start building it, how far is the space going to be between that and the houses? I know that's a pretty big deal. I actually live right around the corner.
Oh, okay. I believe there's over 240 feet to the closest house.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions of this speaker? I'll echo one comment. His advice about speaking to your city council representative is really important. I applaud you bringing this business to Arlington. This is exactly the kind of business that Arlington wants. I think that if you had spoken with your city council representative, you might have had a lot of insight and a lot more help.
Okay.
A lot more help from the economic development section of the city of Arlington, and even possibly from the economic development corporation that now has sales tax money to help businesses like this come to Arlington. So I would strongly suggest that you speak with city council. I would even speak with the mayor. Tell them what you're doing. tell him you brought the case here, get the mayor's eyes on this. I think you'll find a tremendous amount of support in the city for this kind of a project.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
I have other cards in support, non-speakers. Slavine Nightingale, and you are obviously in support. And Oscar Salkeys, okay, you're in a non-speaker, and you're in opposition. Come forward, sir. Well, go ahead. Just state your name, the city that you live in. We don't have to know your address.
Okay. Oscar Salais, Arlington, Texas.
Okay.
So I'm here for a friend of mine. He owns 2 lots right there just west of the property. And he was concerned because he saw a lot of traffic on his property. So they were trespassing. Construction site wasn't there, but they were trespassing on his
Sir, you'll need to, number one,
sorry.
address only the commissioners. Okay, you have to speak to us, and you have to keep your voice on the microphone because we're all being recorded.
Okay, my apologies. First time.
It's okay.
I'm
We're
very
friendly.
nervous. Okay, so he just asked me to just come in here and listen, and his concern was there was trespassing on his property. Nobody ever contacted him about it. They can even use the land to get to the site from his property. The other question is, there's a half pike that is being built on the property. It seems like a skateboard half pike. I don't know if you all know what I'm talking about, where they skate.